Imagine standing in court, accused of endangering a child, and one decision from the judge could change your entire future. In today's intense courtroom moment, a simple charge turns into a serious legal discussion. Unexpected probation terms are revealed, and one man gets a life-changing warning from the judge. What exactly happened in this courtroom? Let's watch closely.
Good morning, ma'am. You're Janisha Jackson, and this is 25 DCCR 0903. Ms. Jackson is charged with abandoning or endangering a child. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, if I may, before we get to an announcement,
Sure.
something on this indictment should be cleared up. In reviewing for the docket this morning, it's come to my attention that the body of the indictment, which is controlling, is correct. It alleges endangering a child. The style of the document is incorrect. The allegation under E is abandonment without the intent to return, and that is a second-degree felony. However, what Ms. Jackson is actually being charged with in the body of the indictment is at 22.041C, and that's a state jail felony. So Mr. Lewis and I have discussed that this morning and on Friday as well.
Any objection to me making that modification to the style?
No.
I'll get that done so I have it correct. Give me just a second if I can do this. It's 22041C.
Correct, Your Honor.
Sorry. Okay, got that modified on the indictment. And so then what is the announcement?
Judge, we've talked about potential resolution on this matter, especially with that the amendment we've discussed. If I can get maybe a week or two with Ms. Jackson, so I can explain that to her, the ramifications of that, we'll be able to get it finished.
All right, we'll do about a 2-week reset. Ms. Jackson, make sure you call Mr. Lewis, make an appointment, go visit with him so that when you come back, we'll get an announcement, figure out which direction we're going to head on the case. Okay. All right. Ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. French.
Window 10.
Uh,
Window 10.
okay. So y'all
Right.
already know that there's a warrant that doesn't have
I made
anything to do with this case. Correct. Okay. Good morning, sir. You're Samuel Gadina.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gadina was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child with intent to return. And I've received that pre-sentence report. Have you all had an opportunity to review that report?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any additions or corrections?
Nothing more of Judge.
Not from the state.
And Mr. Parker, are you appointed or hired?
Hired.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Gadina, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the fine of $500 and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. In addition to all of the rules and conditions that probation typically has, I am going to order that you are not allowed to consume any alcohol, and that for some amount of time you will be required to either wear a scram device or use a handheld device, whichever probation feels is appropriate. You can talk to them about the benefits of one or the other. I don't care which one, but you will have to have one of those devices. Obviously, if you test positive, it's a violation of your probation for alcohol. If you don't follow any of the other rules on probation, they're violations as well. This is an excellent opportunity because you don't have a felony conviction on the record. And if you successfully complete the probation at the end, the case will be dismissed. You'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation. If you don't show up, and more specifically and concerning to me is if you test positive for alcohol at any time. then you will be back here in court. You can be found guilty of the offense, and you could be facing a sentence of anywhere between 6 months and up to 2 years. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have any issues with alcohol and not using alcohol, talk to probation. There is help that they can give you, but you need to ask for that up front, because if you test positive and then say, "Oh, now I need help," it might be too late and you can end up being revoked. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm handing you the chocolate certification. It shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. Probation will talk to you before you go today. You will have to go with the bailiff because of that warrant, but she'll visit with you about what to do as soon as you're released from custody, okay? Good luck to you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff. And for the record, Ms. Tucker's here. So Mr. Gomez tested negative. There's just, and I don't know what's going on. Obviously, lots of people are on drug patches and not testing positive as often as Mr. Gomez is. I appreciate the hair follicle test, but the only thing I can think, Ms. Tucker, is, so is he still in JCDI?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can we do weekly UAs?
He's actually on.
He is on random UAs.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess what I would say at this point is let's continue that. And if there's any other issue, let me know. He's tested negative in court. I know a couple times at least. Obviously there's something going on that we need to figure out with the drug patch, because people don't just randomly test positive for meth on the drug patches. So continue doing what you're supposed to be doing on JCDI. And Ms. Tucker, if anything else happens, the only thing I know is just to let me know and send something over, and we'll have to figure it out at that point.
Yes.
If there's something, and I don't know what all could cause a positive drug screen, if there's anything else that's going on in Mr. Gomez's life, but y'all might need to look into that. I'm sorry. So, if there's something else that could potentially cause that positive, that needs to stop, whatever it is, even if it's not something illegal. I don't know what it could be, but it's time to kind of dig further into lifestyle and what's going on. Every single thing that is being put into your body needs to be kind of adjusted and discussed with your probation officer so that we know what's going on and why you're testing positive. Okay.
We've done all that. We've
Well, I don't need any more. I just work with Miss Tucker because there's something going on. Okay. So I'm not putting you in custody. We're not filing a motion to revoke your probation, but something is going on to cause this. One drug patch that tests positive, I would say, okay, there could be an issue with the patch, but consistent issues, something is happening. Something's in your body that's making it test positive, whether it's illegal meth or some other supplement or food. I don't know. I'm just saying it's time to figure it out. Okay.
yes, I love
All right. You can go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffries. Good morning, sir. Are you Christopher Stiles? And Mr. Gilmore, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
You will, Your Honor.
I'll take it.
Sorry.
Mr. Stiles, in cause number 25, BCCR 0594, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child from April 28th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
no contest.
Judge,
Either did-
under these circumstances, and Mr. Galmore could probably elaborate more, the state's not opposed to a no contest plea. I understand the court's policy on that.
Okay, you obviously understand better, and I typically don't allow that, but if the state is unopposed, knowing what my position is, then I'll
A
accept.
guilty plea under these circumstances could have some collateral effects that the state's not necessarily intending.
All right, so did you enter your plea of no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Galmore?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine. I see here the agreement for a no contest plea. that there would be only supervised visits allowed with the child victim in the case, and also that the parties agree, if the circumstances allow and if I approve it, an expunction under section or Article 55A or Section 55A.101A2 in the expunction statute. Is that your understanding? You also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law.
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number one.
Objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Stiles is not competent?
There you go.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back for sentencing later. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today. She's sitting at that desk right over there. All right, we'll see you back at
Thank you,
sentencing.
Judge. Thanks, Judge.
That was a powerful moment from the courtroom. One decision, one warning, and a chance to change a life forever. If you enjoy real courtroom drama and want to see more shocking and educational cases like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next intense courtroom moment.